Good afternoon, good morning, everybody, depending on what time zone you're in. This is Michael Brown, KHTS News Director here. You're in for a treat. We've got a special interview today with Jennifer Marshall with Pinups For Vets. Jennifer, thanks for coming in today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the invite.
How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So, for
Good.
people who may not know, what is Pinups For Vets?
So, Pinups for Vets is a congressionally recognized award winning nonprofit. We are headquartered in Southern California, and the vast majority of us are female veterans. We do have some military spouses, we have some very patriotic civilians, but we dress up in 40s era attire and we visit hospitalized veterans, veterans in nursing homes, and veterans in wounded warrior detachments.
Gotcha. And how long have you been with Pinups For
I've
Vets?
been with Pinups for Vets. I've been an ambassador since 2014. It's a cause that is near and dear to my heart.
Gotcha. And why is that?
So I'm a Navy veteran, and you know, a lot of veterans have a hard time when they leave the service just kind of finding that camaraderie and trying to figure out where they fit in a civilian society, because when you're in the military, you move every 2 or 3 years. It's a built-in family, but when you get out, the transition can be really difficult. So the organization is great, not only because we get to visit veterans who are really at their most vulnerable in these care facilities, but we've also developed quite the camaraderie among the female veterans in the group. So some of these women in our group I consider, my dearest friends, and it's a support network inside the organization.
Gotcha. Now, you've got an event coming up soon to help celebrate Veterans Day. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We do. So we actually have two events in Santa Clarita. Robin, who runs volunteer services at the Santa Clarita Senior Center, I deliver meals there, and she's wonderful. She's so helpful. She asked the Pinups to come for a veterans event on Friday the 8th. So we will be at the Santa Clarita Senior Center, the new one, Bella Vita, not the one that's closed. Don't show up there. The new facility, which is beautiful. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a testament to what Santa Clarita does for our seniors and how well we take care of them. So we'll be there from 11 to 1, taking photos with some of the vets, handing out calendars. It's going to be great. And then on actual Veterans Day at the Veterans Historical Plaza in Old Town Newhall on Walnut, we'll have some pinups there at 11 a.m. and we will have calendars for sale. And the calendars fund our 50-state hospital tour, so we can go to every state and visit vets in the hospital. They'll have calendars for sale afterwards at the American Legion.
Gotcha. And you obviously working with Pinups For Vets, you've been to probably quite a few of these events at this point. What's kind of like your favorite part of it? Like when you show up to an event, what really motivates you to keep going?
Oh gosh, at this point I've probably been to dozens. So I'll share two quick stories. So there was one in Los Angeles that we went to, and a woman, she was in her late 90s, she was in a wheelchair, and she saw us and she immediately started to cry. And we went around her wheelchair and we said, why are you crying? And she said, I've just never seen so many beautiful young people. And I realized in that moment she was no longer 97 years old in a wheelchair. She was a young woman again in the 1940s, and she saw herself in us. So that was really wonderful to get to talk to her about her service and what she did. It was really inspirational. There was another event up in it was in California. I don't want to say where out of her privacy, but a Korean War veteran. I was talking to her for probably, she served during Korea. I was speaking to her for probably 10 to 15 minutes, and she opened up to me about a military sexual trauma she had experienced while serving. And she said, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I've never told anybody. And for her, that really took that weight off of her shoulders. And it's that sort of one-on-one veteran connection. I was so glad to be there for her because she needed to tell somebody. This woman was in her 80s and she'd never revealed that. So I'm indebted to the organization that we have that one-on-one veteran interaction.
That's awesome. So just to sum up here, you got two events coming up. You got one tomorrow over at Bella Vita from 11 to 1.
Yes.
And then you got another one coming up on actual Veterans Day on Monday over at Veterans Historical Plaza starting at 11. You'll be selling calendars for everybody to help fund these trips you go on.
Yes, and I would say if you're interested in learning about the organization, we do meaningful work every single day. Pinupsforvets.com, and you can also follow us on Facebook. We're very, very active on Facebook at Pinups for Vets.
This has been Jennifer Marshall here talking to us about Pinups For Vets. I'm Michael Brown. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for some more music.